We are live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Diggin For Gold with Len and Laura and helpers. We have a couple of helpers there behind us. Would you like to say hi to the internet audience?
Say with words.
Are you going to say anything or just wave? Hello, there you are. All right, all right. We're trading.
Sophia, you want to say hi? Here's your chance. Going once, twice. Okay. Sophia wants to say hi too.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Sophia. All right. Anyhow, everybody, welcome and thank you for coming. And Marta and let's see who else out here tonight. We got Debbie and Marta and Chris and Patricia is here. And glad you guys can make it. Maybe a few more will be showing up over the next few minutes. We'll see. But meanwhile, let's jump in and get started. Actually, somebody else just showed up. Who showed up? Lawrence. Is that the evil twin Lawrence, or is it the nice guy? Hi, y'all. Hi, Larry. All right. Okay, let's jump right in. And I'm also going to, at the same time, ask Laura, is there anything particular on your mind that you think we ought to cover here right away, or should we just jump into the things that I basically chatted about?
Well, I would like to talk about typing versus talking face to face in video chat. Wherever we can fit that in, I think I want to talk about it for a few minutes. Okay.
Well, you know, right here in the beginning, I'm going to go to screen share. Right here in the beginning would possibly be a good place to fit that in. I'm presenting to everyone. Hopefully you can see my screen. And let's go on out to Facebook. And the reason is, I was going to just bring up a couple of conversations that have been going on and just share with you, some of my results. This week, we haven't gotten anybody new on the team this week. We've got a lot of conversations going on. But here's one that I thought was particularly interesting. And quite honestly, I don't know how to handle. I'm thinking about what I want to do. Adam DeYoung, it's been an ongoing conversation for a couple of weeks. And I think I got the right person. Nope, sorry, wrong person. Jeffrey, let's try Jeffrey Haddon. Ambit Energy. Oh, so here's Jeffrey Haddon. Just to show you, I mean, this has been an ongoing conversation for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I had a message back from him, and I shared this with you the last time. I had a message back from him that said, I'll get back to you by the end of the week. I've had so much going on. I want to fully watch the video undisturbed. And I said, awesome. Okay, so here we are 2 weeks later, and I haven't heard from him. So I went ahead and pulsed him again. It's been a long week, buddy, just saying, and LOL. So once again, you got to just keep going after people sometimes and do it in a gentle way until you get to a point where you're totally frustrated. And like I did, I showed you a conversation last week or 2 weeks ago where I hit up a woman pretty hard. I said, well, I guess you're not interested in toxins in our environment since you're not responding to me at all. And that got her talking. So that's an ongoing conversation. And so that's okay. And there was one other one, but maybe Laura, maybe this is a good place to talk about typing versus video chat.
Okay. Well, excuse me. What I found with me is if we're prospecting and we get to the point where, we're messaging back and forth, and I've found that I'm more comfortable getting somebody on the phone. If I message back and forth with them, it hasn't really been working so much for me. And what I found is if I can get them to video chat through Messenger, or just tell them I want to call them, video chat for me is easier because it doesn't cost anything on my cell phone. I can do it right from my computer. And of course, I'm at home. So that makes it more simple. But if you get the person on the phone and you listen to them and you talk with them and you find out, what's going on, is there a reason that, they say find the pain? Is it they need money for work, or are they ailing? Is something ailing their body? And once you kind of have that understanding after you're listening to them, then you can kind of go from there. And for me, that is a whole lot easier than typing it, because I have a hard time finding emotions with typing to people. And I guess sometimes the way I type, that makes a difference too. So, if prospecting and texting people isn't working for you, hey, you might give it a shot. Now, I talked to somebody the other day, and I did video chat with them, and it actually went the opposite. The video chat went really well, and then she wanted the videos, and then she watched the videos, and then after that, I texted her, how did the videos go? She asked me some questions, and when I asked her to get back on video chat, she ignored me. So I'm going to poke her again, but I wanted to give her a couple of days and see where it takes her. But I found that to be better than messaging after you get to a certain point. And that's not really all I just wanted to share.
And I think that's an important share. And by the way, the specific person you're talking about, I believe I know who it is somebody that I've actually had a similar experience with. I look back through my chats. So I think sometimes she just closes up and goes off and does other things and isn't responsive right away. So, I'm not sure. Because sometimes people are. Now, why are you're not seeing me, are you? You're just seeing my picture.
Yeah, we're seeing a black screen, actually. On my end, that's what I'm seeing.
What do you?
I'm just seeing like a pixelated black screen.
Really? Yeah, that's strange.
I haven't. Larry, Marta, Debbie, any of you, can you see Len, or is it just me? I need your help answering that.
And Marta's asking, how do you get their number?
Okay, well, that's a great question. You just ask. Well, I don't want to make it sound so easy, because I know it may not be, but sometimes they just see your avatar, Len. All you see is Len's face. When Len talks, his avatar comes up. Okay. I see Laura and Len in a circle. Oh, I wonder if it has something to do with Google Hangouts. Well, you guys can hear me, right? Can somebody just put in the chat that you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they can. Because if they can hear me, I'll keep talking until we get it fixed.
Were you able to see my Facebook page when I had it up?
Yes, but then it went away. Okay. And now I'm just seeing your circle.
Well, I made it go away. I made it go away when you started to talk, after I realized that it was probably more important for people to see you while you were talking than to see my Facebook page.
Okay.
I think it's the camera. You got what you got there, Rick? You got a magic rock?
It's my magic fossilized rock.
Cool. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah, they can't really see your face because they just see the top of you. This is what they see here.
I know. I was showing the rock, not me.
Oh, okay. So, okay, can you guys?
Yes, we're leaving.
Yeah, would you mind?
Sorry, I just wish you could see my myself.
Okay, maybe when we're done, I'll bring you back in. I'll let you know. So listen, okay? Sorry, Alicia wants to do a live song for everybody if we have time today. I told her.
We'll make time. We'll make time. We always accommodate the kids.
Okay.
I love to, because this is really, it's good for the kids. It's good training. Hey, Len's back. Good. You can see me again.
Okay.
What can I say? I don't know what was going on. I don't know why. I have no idea. But let me go back to, well, were we done? How do you get their phone number? That's what you were talking about
Okay.
when Rick walked in.
Yeah, so you know, if you're in a conversation with somebody, and sometimes I just tell them, hey, you know what? I would really love it if we could talk together on the phone. May I call you? And most of the time, they just give you your number and you call them. But I don't like to use my cell phone because I don't have a whole lot of minutes. So what I do is I do video chat from Facebook Messenger. And if anybody wants to know how to do that, let me know. I can show you real quick. But that's, for me, that's cheaper, and it does get you face to face. And there's something about that face to face connection that builds the trust factor. And I'm just starting to think that if that's a possibility, that's what I'm going for right away.
Cool. No, I really like that. I think it's important to get to video chat sooner or later, and I prefer Facebook video chat also. And Facebook video chat for many people is somewhat less threatening than phone numbers. They don't have to give you a phone number. And maybe it's my own internal perceptions, but I'm also always very aware of, you know, if I'm chatting, especially if I'm chatting with a woman who doesn't really know who I am, to be sensitive to, you know, not invading her space too quickly until she sort of gets comfortable with me, because, well, we know why, because. So, but do you remember that when you and I, before you joined up with our team, I mean, that's what I did with you. We went to video chat, and you and I had a couple of chats before you decided to join up with us.
Yeah, you know, I remember before the video chat, you just said, "What's your number? I'm going to call you." And that was on I was actually on the way to a funeral. And I just remember thinking, I told Rick, I said, there's this guy, and he looks like he's really, really connected and empowering, and he wants to call me. He wants to talk to me. And I was just a little kid. And when you called, I just felt like, wow, he's taken his time out to talk to me. And I just think, I remember that feeling, and I remember thinking that, yep, that makes all the difference in the world. Even just a phone call, you know, when you asked me for my number, I was like, wow, he wants to take time to find out what's going on. And yeah, so it's powerful.
And how'd I do?
Ta-da!
I mean, yeah. So now Marta says she hears the ringing, that she doesn't know what to do. Answer it? I don't know how to answer that question.
Oh, Marta, are you trying to call somebody right now, honey? That could be two.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, Larry. Hey, let's go back to screen share. It's already 20 after 5. We're going to run out of time before we run out of things to do. We got a lot of things to do.
Okay.
And so let me go back. Here we go. Screen share again. Share the screen. Present to everyone, and hopefully we're going to come back up. This was the first guy that I started to pull up a few minutes ago, and I got the wrong profile. So this was really interesting. So I'll just share this one with him. This is the last message I'm going to share today. So he says he had a chance to look at the site, was not impressed with the layout and user experience. I can tell a lot about a company based on their website, so unfortunately I'm going to have to pass. Now, anybody want to offer an opinion of what I should do with him?
Yeah, let's see what everybody else says. I have my ideas.
I'd be curious.
Okay. Yeah.
My curiosity, I'll tell you where my head is at. My curiosity wants to know what he saw about the website that he didn't like, but my sort of innate ability, or I'm concerned about working with somebody with that level of arrogance. It's like,
Well,
yeah,
Larry says, let him go. Say bye-bye.
yeah, exactly.
Yep, Debbie says, next.
Yep, exactly. That's where I'm at with him. That's where I'm going to end up. I'm curious what he saw, and I might ask him what he saw about the website, just out of curiosity. But you know, hey, yeah, bye-bye. Okay, there's a lot of different strategies we've talked about over the last 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks, however many weeks it's been. Did you say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was clearing my throat. I was just saying, excuse me.
Okay. And let's see, we didn't have a program last week, I don't believe. Were we on last week? It doesn't matter. Anyhow, one of the strategies we've talked about, and I've never actually explained it to you, is the 5-5-5 method. 5-5-5 was a strategy that Bert Bledsoe has taught extensively, and there's lots of webinars and et cetera out there teaching the 5-5-5. It's also one that I believe, if I were to pull Chris Schaus over, she could probably teach it better than I can. And so it's actually quite a popular strategy that people have used. So what is the 5-5-5 and how does it work? The 5-5-5 is to spend, the 5 stands for 5 minutes. And the 5 minutes are broken into 3 different strategies, or 3 different activities, perhaps is a better word, 3 different activities. The first activity of your 5-5-5 is to come over to your green dots, which we have talked about before. Look down your green dots and find some people that you haven't communicated with in a while. Now, what does the green dot mean? The green dot means that this person is online. So what can you do with that? You can click on this person and you can simply send a message that says, hey, Bill, been thinking about you. How is life treating you? So Bert calls this your warm-up. It's your warm-up for talking to people that you've never talked to before by spending 5 minutes just communicating with people that you have talked to in the past. So people that you feel, let's say, less threatened by. If you feel threatened by sending messages to strangers, maybe you can send some messages to a few people that you're not strangers with. Here's good old Bert Bledsoe. Hey, Bert, how is life on the farm? Bert was a big teacher of this method. And he claims, he swears to God, that his success, and Bert's been very successful in the last couple of years, and he swears to God that his success came out of this strategy. So the first 5 minutes, you spend 5 minutes, set a timer, don't spend 6 minutes, don't spend 4. Set a timer, spend 5 minutes, and send some messages to a handful of people that you know the people so that you're actually comfortable sending the message. Okay? So that is the first 5 of the 5. The next 5 of the 5 is to send messages to people you don't know. Now, how do we find people we don't know? Well, remember, over the weeks, we have explored a large number of different strategies. We've explored, for example, looking at Tony Robbins' site, which Laura loves. So I'll just take us out to Tony Robbins. And one of the things that's nice about Tony Robbins is that this only has 357 likes. So the first thing you'll know about about this is that he's got to have been he's got to have just put it up recently, because if he put it up a long time ago, he'd have a lot more than that. But you know what? That's probably not a good site for this example, and I'll tell you why. What we really want to do is we want to find a site. Let me try, for the sake of today, let me try Ray Higdon, for example. We want to find a site that we're more likely to find people that we're already friends with, because this strategy, or people that have friends in common, mutual friends, because this strategy works best with people that are mutual friends. We have mutual friends. Okay, so here we start on looking at a list of people here. Here's Kristen Hutton. Now, unless my my memory is not serving me properly, and it could be, I do tend to forget names and faces. I don't know who this person is, but I can message this person. And the reason is that we have a mutual friend. So I can go open the link in a new tab. And here we are. I can just take a look around her page. She looks to me like she's a mommy with I don't know, looks like about a 11 or 12-year-old, maybe. Couple of pictures. Just taking a look, seeing what she's about. And then the message is going to be something like, now you see, this is a very different strategy than we've talked about in the last few weeks. In the last few weeks, we talked about finding people that we could follow. This isn't depending on the follows. This is sending a message and to someone that has a mutual friend. So it's, hey, Kristen, I came across. Okay, now, here's the next thing you need to know about the 555 strategy. Bert Bledsoe answered me back. I ignore him. Do not get distracted with the answers coming back. So, Kristen, hey, Kristen, I came across your profile and see we have a mutual friend. And let's see what she lives in Florida. Not much more I can say about her. I might make a comment about, I assume that is your son in the cover photo. Good looking kid. What do you do? So, did I spell everything correctly?
Kristen, Christin. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So here's the point. This is a totally different technique than just sending out follows. So what we're trying to do is get to people that we can actually send a message to, because when we go to like Tony Robbins' site, frequently we can't send them a message because we have no friends in common, and the message just goes to their other box.
Now, Len,
and they never see it. Yes?
Okay, Larry has a question. He says, if we go on Ray's site, don't you think most of the people who are Ray's friends are already in an MLM or an internet marketer?
Yeah, probably. But the question is, how are they doing? How happy are they? Are they in MLSP? Are they happy with the? I mean, and that's a good point, Larry. And maybe there are other marketers out there that might be a better choice than Ray. But I wanted to go to some place where I knew that I would find people. So
Okay.
anyhow, and I'm actually going to ask, is Chris out there? I think she is.
I saw her earlier. I think there's 7 attendees. No, Chris, are you still out there?
Yeah. I may ask, because Chris has used this strategy more than I have, so I may ask her to come over and clarify if I've done anything wrong with it. But again, the idea of this strategy is to find people that we can send a message to, and then message them. Oh, I gotta. Should I answer this call? I wonder what happens.
Sure, let's answer it.
Hey, Bert. Okay. So the 555 method, you spend 5 minutes sending messages to people you know, just to get your comfort zone up. Practice. Make yourself feel okay sending messages. Then you spend 5 minutes finding people that you don't know and aren't connected with directly, and send them a message. And then the third 5 minutes is to answer the back. So Bert says, man, it's been a busy 2 weeks getting the rest of the floors installed. It was tons of towel. Ooh, floors are hard. So I'll just answer Bert. Sorry, I missed the call. Talk later. I'm not going to tell him he was about to be on a live webinar. Okay, so the 555 is 5 minutes messaging people that you're already familiar with, 5 minutes messaging some new people, and then 5 minutes responding to any answers you get back. And that's it. You do the 555 in blocks of 15 minutes.
I like that.
Let me stop the screen. Let me stop the screen share for a minute.
Oh, she said, you're doing just fine without me. If anyone wants a really good training with Bert training this, let me know in a PM and I will send it to you.
Okay. Did I leave anything out, Chris? And hey, Chris, come on over anyhow. I'm going to click you over. If you don't want to come over, you don't have to. Just ignore me. But Chris left. Oh, no, she didn't. There she is.
Yeah, I hear that ringing, but I have no idea. Oh, Marta, if you heard the ringing, somebody was calling Len. I think that's what you're hearing because we're on the video call.
No.
That's what I was That's what I was hearing.
I don't think so. I think she was talking about when she hears the ringing on her computer. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
Oh, okay.
So, Chris, did I do an adequate job of explaining that? Did I leave any details out? And Larry's question's a good question. Wouldn't we, if we go to sites like Ray Higdon's, we would expect that many of those people were already in a network marketing company or et cetera.
Well, then Aaron Birch's theory comes into play. You know, how happy are they with their company? Len, you're muted.
You're right, I am. That's why I couldn't hear myself.
So then you find out what their pain is, and when you have MLSP, of course, as a backup, then you ask them if they're really happy with their company and they're doing great in it. Then you ask them how they're doing with getting leads.
Okay.
But yeah, you did fine. 5 minutes. 5 minutes warm up. 5 minute new people. And 5 minutes answering. And of course, it doesn't have to be just 1 5 minute. You can do 3 rounds of 5 minutes.
Right. But it's a strategy that you can fit it. You know, one of the things we talk about in this business is fitting the business into the crevices of your life. So if you're a busy mom running around with kids and going grocery shopping and cooking dinner and all these things, what are activities that you can squeeze in? If you got 15 minutes, you can sit down and do a 5-5-5.
Right.
And then the next question is, well, what if a bunch of people respond to me and I don't have time to answer them all? Okay, all right, no, they're probably not going to go away. I mean, you see that these conversations that I'm having with people are stretching out over weeks. Some of them, they're not. It's not like it has to be wham bam, thank you, ma'am, we're all done in the next 10 or 15 minutes. In fact, that's the whole point. The whole point is to build rapport, get to know people, and then find out who you want to work with. And in the best of all possible worlds, you're going to bring people onto your team that you really want to work with. You're going to find the people that you want to go scuba diving with in Australia and go zip lining through the jungles of Brazil, or ride the roller coaster. Ride the roller coaster at Sandusky.
Yeah.
Sandusky. Cedar Point. Yeah.
I love Cedar Point so much.
Yeah, me too. I love Cedar Point.
Would it be okay with everybody if we heard song from Alicia real quick?
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Okay,
Okay.
you're on, Alicia.
We're gonna win everything, no. It's like zero stripes shining. The light is all around. We're in the spotlight. We're gonna be rock stars, and we're gonna win the world. We're gonna win it all to make sure that we win the world. Ooh, like the zebra. Ooh, 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 ooh. We are the rock stars and all you ever need. That's why we're like this. We're gonna be rock stars, and we're gonna win the world. We're gonna win it all to make sure that we win the world. We're gonna win it all, and all the world is calling out to us.
Yay.
All right. Good job.
Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a bow.
I think when she's a teenager, she won't have any trouble making
That was
videos.
amazing, Alicia.
Okay, honey.
Not amazing yet.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Of course you are.
Global yet.
He wants to be global first.
Okay. We need to get back to our webinar now. Okay, girls. That's all.
Thank you.
That's all for
Sure.
now.
Can you please shut my door?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go back to screen share. Chris, is there anything else I should add, or we should add about the 5-5-5, or are we all done with that and ready to move on?
I think we're pretty much done with it. Like I say, if anybody wants the training, I have it. Bert does a really good job of it.
Yeah, he does, and he's used it pretty extensively.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about tonight, which we've brushed over in the past, but we haven't really spent a lot of time with, is posting in groups. And you know, before I actually let me come off the screen share for just a moment. Laura, you've been doing a lot of posting in groups recently, and how's that working out for you?
Well, it's been working out well with one business, but not so much the other.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's because what I'm posting in the one business, I'm posting a lot more frequently.
Yeah, sure.
And in the other one, I haven't really started doing that yet.
Okay. Got it.
So when you post a lot more, you get more lead.
Funny how that works.
I'm trying not to say that without laughing, but anyway, yes, that's the way it works. You know, some of the things that I was having a problem with is sometimes, excuse me, I've noticed that if I use an image right from like Google Images, if I use an image from Google Image, sometimes the post kicks out. It it gets noticed. I don't know what the word is. There, it gets noticed as like it's spam. But if I take something and use it from Google Images and go into Canva and then put my own stuff on it, throw a border on it or something, then it doesn't happen. So that's what I'm also finding out.
Facebook likes unique content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They also like videos. If you're posting in groups like you're doing, and I've done a lot of both. Having a short little video is a really great way to do that. Chris, what do you do for leads? And I know, I don't mean to put you on the spot, and I know that you weren't prepared to answer a question like that. So if you want to decline, it's okay.
No, I use the 555 a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. And it works for you. Cool. All right. Let me go back to the screen share, and let's look at groups. Present to everyone, and back to Facebook. Bill messaged me. Bill Powers. So I got it. Okay, so Bill Powers. So I got an answer back from Bill Powers, and I can respond to him. Now we're in the middle of a webinar, so I won't. But we'll leave that alone. Okay, so let's talk about groups. And what I'm going to do is, how do you find groups to post in? Well, you come up here to the trusty old Facebook search bar, and for example, what kind of a group would you like to search for? Give me a group.
Oh, how like a healthy wellness group?
Health and wellness groups. Okay. See all results for health and wellness groups. Now, that might have been a little bit of sleight of hand. I may have moved a little faster than you wanted me to, but we're going to click on groups here. And here we go. Now, I guarantee you this list is virtually endless. I don't know where it ends at. I only know where it begins at. So let me go back 2 steps, just so you see what I clicked on. What we did is we just entered health and wellness groups into the search bar, and then I clicked on the bottom. There was a button below it that said "See more" or "More groups" or "See all of them" or something, and we just asked to see them all. You just got to find all the groups. So here's a group that I belong to, Health and Wellness Group. Here's one that I don't belong to, Health Club, Wellness and Beauty. Now you gotta go down these lists and decide which groups are for you. So it doesn't matter if you want to search for groups. The way to do it is to use the Health and Wellness, or use the Facebook search bar. Let me show you another one that I did, organic. I don't know, organic living or something like that. And again, we can click on see more, or we can just click on groups. And here we go. So, and I think you'll actually recognize some of the people that are in these groups. So, yeah. Wonder who. Look at that. Look at that.
Laura's face is in all of them.
That movie star with the sunglasses on.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, the number of groups that I'm going to find in this list is probably approaching infinite. I have no idea where this list is going to end at. But so what you have to do is go down and join some groups and then start to post in them. Now here's the rules. The first rule is we don't know the rules, because Facebook doesn't tell us the rules. It's a closely guarded secret. So we don't know what the rules are. What we do know is that if you get overzealous with groups, you can get thrown in Facebook jail. So think of it as not wanting to appear to be a spammer. Think of it as wanting to look for groups that you're really interested in, that you think you have a good connection with. So healthy organic living, I'm really interested in that. I'll just go ahead and send a request to join the group. And organic living, I'm going to send a request to join that. Now, the number I've heard is 10 groups a day, that you can join maybe 10 groups a day and be safe. We sort of know that if you try to join 100 groups in a day, that you're not safe. We don't know where Facebook draws the line, and we don't know how they draw that line. So you just have to tread a little carefully. But if you go ahead and join a few groups at a time and then start to post in them. Now, I'm in a bunch of MLM groups. And so here's, for example, is one of the MLM groups I'm in, and I post. There's a bunch of these groups that I post in absolutely every day. I put up my Coffee with Len video, and I frequently post other things in these groups as well. So once you've joined the group, then all you got to do is go on over to the group and post it. Okay?
I do have one thing to say. Excuse me. When you're posting in groups, I noticed that sometimes, and I don't see it on this one, but some of the groups will not automatically start at right post, and you sometimes have to find that right post and then click on it. Start post or start discussion.
Okay.
You're no longer presenting?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, I'm not presenting right now. At least I stopped the screen. There you go. I'm looking at the question.
Oh, I think Marta's just asking Chris for the video from Bert for the 555.
Okay.
She's trying to do that.
Okay. So say that again. I haven't stumbled into that. We have a terrible echo, by the way. But
yeah. Excuse me. It's probably because I need to mute up. Because there's 3 of us on here, maybe. But I've come across groups where, on occasion, when you go to post something, it doesn't start with the discussion. You have to find that and click on it before you can post. Chris, do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay. Well, you can continue. I'll see if I can find one.
okay. Well, that's.
You're talking about, it's like the discussion part isn't open. It's like a business one.
Yes.
Selling stuff in it.
Yes. I'll see if I can find one real quick to show you guys.
Okay. While you're doing that, I want to come back to the audience. Does anybody? We got Debbie, Cynthia, Marta, Laura, and Patricia still out there in the audience. Is there anybody? Can you mute for a moment, Laura? See if that helps.
Yes, I will do that.
Hello? Oh, that's much better. Okay. So for the folks that are still out there in the audience, is there anybody out there that A, would like to come over and contribute and have something to say, or just be part of the chat and or the discussion? And B, does anybody have any results that they can share? Any strategies that you're doing that are working for you? And strategies that are working, what we're teaching is how to communicate with people, how to make friends, how to get to know people. This isn't necessarily about how to sell somebody something. It's about how to get to know people. It's about how to start conversations and feel comfortable starting conversations on social media. So does anybody out there in the audience have anything that they would like to say? How do you find MLM groups? Okay. Uh, who has that much time for what, Marta? Okay, go ahead, Laura. You've got it. And then while you're out there, why don't you show Marta how to find MLM groups? And you will have to unmute if you want to talk.
Okay. Here's a group that I just, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Here's a group I just found. It's one of the groups that I belong to. It just happens to be a post, promote, and profit group. And what I was saying is sometimes the group is coming up with the sell something, and you actually have to click on start discussion before you can post whatever you're posting.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. And not that not that all of them are like that, but you might come across something like that.
Okay.
That's all. And okay. So that's all. Now, Marta, this one is for you. If you're searching for, what did she want? The MLM?
MLM groups.
Okay, so I'll go home. See this bar up here, Marta? It's the blue bar. There's an F there, and then when it says search Facebook, there you click in there, and then you would type in just MLM. And then you hit the search magnifying glass, and it brings up groups. It brings up actually the top, and you have to take your cursor and go all the way over here to groups, and then click on groups. And then it will show you all the MLM groups. And then you can keep scrolling down.
You can also put in network marketing, direct sales.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't think, I mean, there's a whole lot of other things. Can you mute up again, Laura? Don't know. There's a whole lot of things we could talk about, but they would all entail starting a new topic. And the things we've covered quite a bit. Oh, we wanted to talk about handling friend requests tonight. Do you want to start off on that? We got 8 minutes left. Do you want to start off on friend requests, or do you want me to? Laura.
I can. That's not a problem. I'll share again.
Okay. So while Laura's sharing, over the last several weeks, several times we've said we need to handle friend requests, and we've always run out of time at the end of the webinar. It looks like we're going to do it again tonight. But we never get around to actually talking about sharing about friend requests and what to do with them.
Whoops. Here we are. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the way that I handle friend requests is I look at their profile first, and I look to see when was the last time they posted, what are they posting, where are they from, do they have a follow button, how many people are following them, and do they have people commenting on their post? And then I look at how many friends they have. And then once I think, yeah, okay, this person seems like a leader, they post a lot, they have friends, they look like they're doing really well, then I message them. And then, well, you can see I did this one earlier. I say, hello, Dylan, how are you? Thanks for the friend request. This actually was a request that came in, and I asked them, what's your favorite character? What's your favorite Disney character? And if they don't answer me in 2 days, then I delete them. That's how I do it, because I don't waste any time. Now, you may do it differently, but that just seems to work for me, because I kind of feel like if they're not on and they're not answering the requests, then I don't know how accurate and how much of a, how much they actually go back and follow up with what they've already done. So that's what I look for. And so then he said, hey Laura, how are you doing? How's your day so far? Well, he didn't answer my question. So I might just say, I'm doing great. It's been a magical day. So who is your... I might just do that. Or, just something to go back and forth and have conversation. If he says that again, then maybe I'll change it to something else like, hey, I see like you have a really cool cover profile. That's pretty much it. That's how I look at it. And if, let's see, what's another one? This one wasn't a friend request yet, but that's the same thing I would do is I would, okay, well, he's not a, there it goes. So I would do the same thing. He doesn't have a follow button. Excuse me. 200 friends, 8 mutual. I see a couple people I know. My friend Carrie Bannigan. Looks like he's posted the 20th. That's the 30th, so 10 days ago. I don't know about that. And then August 7th. So on this one, I would just say, delete request, and I would move on. So you understand? That's pretty much how I'd handle it.
Okay. Let me do a few live from me.
Okay.
I'm going to come off.
And I'm going to mute up.
You're off the share, okay?
Yep.
And we're just going to do a couple or three here real quick. Present everyone, and I'm going to go to my home page. Now, I, on the other, excuse me, I, on the other hand, do things a little bit different than what Laura does. First off, I'm not so sure that asking them what their favorite Disney character is really going to get to where you want to go to. But it's an interesting twist, because that's something you're really interested in. But be that as it may, here I've got friend requests. So let's go just start down the list. Mary Frank. I think we can.
And I don't always do that. Just once in a while I throw that in there.
I don't think we have to go very far to figure out that this is not a legitimate. I mean, it might be a legitimate friend request, but it's probably what like Bob Miller used to call him, a 55-year-old sitting in a dark room somewhere with a computer screen in his underwear smoking. Anyhow, she's got one picture up. There's just nothing there. And the last updated her profile picture on July 18th, and this is like, respond to friend request by, okay. That's not a friend request. Now, moving on. Emir, same thing. I'm going to look at the cover photo. Not very interesting. Look at that. Not very interesting. This guy is. I mean, he's not really into. I don't know what he's into. Helping people with Google AdSense accounts. Post from 2013. I don't think so. I don't think so. Next, Sherry Williams. She loves her 2 kids. Lives in Houston, Pennsylvania. No, I don't know. August 25th. Oh, she's posted within the last 5 days. Looks like maybe they just got married, huh? Maybe I should send them a message that congratulates them on getting married. But on the other hand, she's not going to get it because we don't have any mutual friends. I'm going to probably ignore that one too. Next, we're not getting any we want yet. Here's one. 4 ways of making money in MavWealth. All right. I'd be interested in knowing what he's about. Studied computer software. Went to New Zealand's English Model School. Listen, he's in New Zealand. Interesting. You know, the problem with him is I can't follow him. So if I use a friend request, I'm basically using a friend request. What is the chances that he ends up being somebody that's really going to be a member of our team? What do you think, Laura, Chris? Anybody have any opinion on him?
I wouldn't.
What I do sometimes, let's go Charles Xavier, entrepreneur. He's an entrepreneur, creator of multiple streams of income, and a humanitarian. Come and say hello. Managing director at Solus Deuce. Well, that's a little bit more interesting. Once again, we can't follow him. What I might do with him, can I send him a message? Can I send him? I don't want to share. I want to comment. I can't comment. Digital marketing strategist. Yeah, you know, it's not floating my boat. Yeah, Linda Katrina, Adam Chandler's a mutual friend. What do you think? Is Linda legitimate?
I would say no, that it's a ripoff.
I can believe that Adam Chandler might be a mutual friend. All right, Linda, so much for you. So I'm not finding any that I actually want to. Oh, now here's one that I know I want to accept. We'll just jump on. John Riley. I've seen him before. I've seen him on several different webinars. He worked at the U.S. Marine Corps. He's posted recently, 3 minutes ago. That's pretty recent. Although he's posting about beating dogs, but I have mixed emotions about whether these things are worth posting or not. But I'm following him. So good. Okay, so what I'm going to do with that friend request is now, and this is what I wanted to share you. I have pre-written messages. So thanks for the friend request. I truly appreciate it. It's great to connect with you. As a way to connect further, I also have a newsletter and would like to shoot you a copy along with my latest ebook, 21st Century Guide to Social Media Marketing. Just give me a good email address and they will be on the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot him a message. Well, I've already shot him a message. All right. Guess I ought to listen to see what the answer is.
He even gave you the email address there.
Right. Okay, so there we go. There's a good one. John Raleigh. And so I'm going to shoot him a copy of my social media thing, and I'm going to also put a message out to him that says, I'm going to say, hey, John, sorry for the delay to reply. Check your email, and let's plan to chat soon. I saw him on an MLSP webinar the other night. I think is where I saw his name. So that's that. All right, we're past the top of the hour. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that request. And the reason is, you know, he took the time to send me an audio message. He sent me his email address. He's clearly he's just clearly an interesting guy. What can I say? I'd be interested in getting to know him and seeing if maybe our business isn't a fit for him. So that's what I'm going to do with him. Now, let me come back to Google Hangouts. Let's stop the share. Let's not stop the broadcast. Okay, there we go. We're back. Does anybody else have anything to add to tonight before we shut it down for the night? You'll have to unmute if you want to talk.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Alrighty. Anybody out there in the audience have any questions? I agree, Marta. We don't want tons of friends. And the Sanghi people are good people. They're probably good people to get to know. So what can I say? All right, Chris, thanks for coming over and validating that what I was telling them about 555 is correct. It's the first time I've ever taught it. So I'm going to make sure I was telling them the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And let's go ahead and stop the broadcast. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Laura's time for tomorrow's session of Daily Magic. And it will be magic. Bring your magical rock and your pictures of your 3 people that we're going to talk about. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Len.
Bye, everybody.